Good afternoon. Here is the national news from BGI TV, Bababagede Imo Television. I am Morire Rabila Lawa. First, the headlines. Tinubu to envoys, only homegrown solutions will solve African problems. Yaya Bello didn't reach through with Ganduje. Troops kill 23 terrorists, arrest 137 criminals. Pastor jumps to death from two-story building in Anambra due to lovers' rejections. Chioma Ajunwa sends words to Toby Amushon. The news in detail. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu yesterday said African countries have a better chance of overcoming economic and security challenges by looking inward for solutions and walking the talk on all its pledges and agreements. The president stated this while receiving letters of credence from 3 envoys at the presidential villa Abuja. The diplomats were ambassador of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Mr. Awal Waglis Mohammed, ambassador of the Republic of Cuba, Mrs. Miriam Morales Palmero, and ambassador of United Arab Emirates, Salim Saeed Al-Shamsi. In a side meeting with the ambassador of Ethiopia, the president assured the envoy that Nigeria will continue to strengthen its ties with African countries in the areas of trade, security, and economic growth. President Tinubu, in a statement by Ajuri Ngelale, a special advisor on media and publicity, said, Africans need to work for the progress of Africa. We should be able to resolve our internal problems collectively. It requires a great commitment, but we must do that. No one can understand our people than we do. Homegrown solutions are better of all of us, and the remedies will last longer. The Ethiopian ambassador Mohammed congratulated the president for the historic decisions he had taken in the country and the impact of the policies on the continent, assuring his dedication to improve relations between Nigeria and Ethiopia. Receiving the UAE ambassador, the president directed that issues affecting relations with the Emirates Airlines and issuance of visas to Nigerians should be immediately resolved, emphasizing that he stands prepared to personally intervene. We are a family with UAE. We only live in separate rooms, but we are in the same house. We should look at the issues as a family problem and resolve it amicably. As you know, in every family there are peculiarities. You can have an errant son or daughter, but we must work together. The ambassador of UAE said he already sees himself as a Nigerian, considering the historical antecedents of this security and country, its long-standing leadership role in Africa, and its reputation for hospitality to strangers. The Kogi State Chapter of All Progressive Congress has denied report that Governor Yaya Bello reached a truce with the party's national chairman, Abdullahi Ganduje, considering the positions of some newly appointed national officers. The state party's chairman, Alhaji Abdullahi Bello, who made a rebuttal in a statement in Lokoja on Friday, said the report was a falsehood being circulated by enemies of our party. The Kogi APC had objected to the appointment of Duru Miseko as the party's deputy national publicity secretary and Ikani Shoabu Okolo as the new zonal organizing secretary, North Central Zone. Information report that the nomination of Miseko at the expense of Bello's anointing candidate and the ex-special advisor on water resources, Yahya Ismail, at the governor, and he stormed the national headquarters of the party, along with some loyalists on Thursday, to stop the inauguration of the officers. The Kogi APC added the purported compromise being circulated by enemies of the APC in Kogi to the effect that the governor had been told to produce the zonal organizing secretary and to concede the deputy national publicity secretary is false. There is no iota of truth in that report. We know the people behind such misinformation and falsehood, but we remain committed to the position of the national chairman of the party, and we know all of us will ensure that the constitution of the party is protected and preserved. Nothing was discussed about concessions because it will be a violation of the constitution of our party and due process for which our party is known. Governor Yaya Bello is a loyal party man. We will only accept what is constitutional. He has great respect for the president and the leadership of the party, he said. He went on to reveal that the matter of the party was almost resolved as all parties had agreed to honor the constitution of the party. Our governor is only acting on behalf of hundreds of thousands of the APC members in Kogi and has nothing personal against any individual. The Defense Headquarters has said troops in various operations across the country killed no fewer than 23 terrorists and arrested 137 criminals. The arrested criminals consist of 5 kidnappers, 22 oil thieves, 1 informant among others. The Director of Defense Operation Manager Media, Major General Edward Buba, in a statement on Friday said the operations were conducted between August 14 and 25th. He also said 41 kidnapped victims and citizens were rescued in the operations. The military will continue the momentum of its operations by mounting pressure on groups seeking to undermine the security of citizens and the nation. The update on the operations across the 6 geopolitical zones as of 25th August 2023 reveals that the military neutralized 23 terrorists, arrested 109 criminals, 5 kidnappers, 1 informant, 22 suspected oil thefts, and rescued 41 kidnapped hostages. Additionally, 231 terrorists and their families surrendered to troops comprising 25 adult males, 63 adult females, and 143 children surrendered. The breakdown of arms and ammunition is as follows: 14 AK-47 rifles, 1 AK-49 rifle, 2 AK-47 rifles loaded with 7.62 mm special ammo, 1 PKT gun, 1 LMG, 2 pump-action guns, 2 locally fabricated pistols, 3 locally fabricated rifle, 2 Dane guns, 1 pistol, and 2 locally made long-barrel guns. In the South-South, he added that troops recovered over 682,400 liters of stolen crude oil. The operations in South-South geopolitical zone resulted in the arrest of the following: 682,400 liters of stolen crude oil, 70,950 liters of illegally refined AGO, and 23,250 liters of DPK, all amounting to an estimated sum of 414,396.250 denied to be oil thieves, he said. He, however, revealed that 231 terrorists and their family members surrendered to the troops, adding that one of the Dr. Chibok girls was among them. Troops of Operation Adenkai's offensive operations led to the surrender of terrorists and their family members, with one of the missing Chibok girls amongst them. The surrendering occurred in Dikwa and Goza LGAs of Borno State. And to our next story, tragedy struck in Nnewi, Anambra State, as a 30-year-old pastor met an untimely death by leaping from a 2-story building. The disease, identified as Prosper Iboke, had been a pastor at a local Pentecostal church and hailed from Umuneochi, Abia State. Reports indicate that the unfortunate incident was spurred by profound disappointment inflicted by his romantic partner. Apparently, Prosper Iboke's female lover turned down his marriage proposal, which left him heartbroken and shattered. An undisclosed relative of the late pastor disclosed the incident took place last month. At just 30 years of age, he met his tragic end. His girlfriend, whom he had intended to marry, dealt him a severe blow by rejecting his proposal, despite his support in putting her through university. The source further revealed in a shocking turn of events that he jumped from a 2-story building, leading to his unfortunate demise. It's truly baffling that an individual of his age and a pastor, no less, would resort to a drastic action. As per cultural norms, the late Prosper Iboke is said to be laid to rest in the forest, a solemn act symbolizing the magnitude of the perceived sacrilege he committed. This practice aligns with the traditions upheld by the Leru Autonomous Community of Umuneochi local government area in Abia State. The sorrowful incident sheds light on the distress that rejection and emotional turmoil can inflict on individuals, even though who seemingly hold positions of spiritual guardians. It serves as a reminder of the importance of mental and emotional well-being, as the need for support system for those grappling with such challenges. And the last story for today is a sports story. Tokunbo Amos announced her entry into athletics scene in 2015 when she won gold in the 100-meter hurdles at the African Junior Championship and the same year as an 18-year-old secured her first title at the African Games. In 2021, Amusho became the fourth Nigerian athlete to win a Diamond League title as she took the 100-meter hurdles trophy, breaking the then African record held by Gloria Alozie. In the process, she retained her title in 2022. The athletics world quacked when the Nigerian star returned on unassailable time of 12.12 seconds to get set a world record in the semi-finals of women's 100 meters hurdles event at the 2022 World Athletic Championship in Oregon, USA. Toby went ahead to run over the hurdles in the final and won in the time of 12.6 seconds, which was termed wind-headed. By that feat, Toby became the first African and Nigerian world champion and a world record holder. The Nigerian sang her praises and danced in the street. Later that same year, she won the African and Commonwealth Games title, setting new records along the way. Toby became the cynosure of all eyes in and out of the competition. On the 16th of July 2023, Amusho clocked a new season's best of 12.34 seconds in the 100-meter hurdles at the Silesia Diamond League meet. Her consistency in the tracks amplified her invisibility. Suddenly, the bubble burst. Amusho was charged with missing 3 anti-doping controls and was referred to the Athletic Integrity Unit. The Nigerian prodigy was slammed with a suspension. The world seemed to have collapsed on our numerous fans, especially in our homeland Nigeria. With the World Championship looming large, followers of athletics thought that the former world champion would not have the opportunity to defend at women's 100-meter hurdles title in Budapest. I am a clean athlete and I'm regularly, maybe more than one usually tested by the AIU. I was tested within days of my third Mrs. test. I have faith that this will be the result in my favor. She insisted and vowed to contest a suspension. She succeeded. A panel of the disciplinary tribunal, by majority decision, found that Kogi Amusho did not commit any anti-doping rule violation of 3 whereabout failures within a 12-month period, the AIU said in a statement. Amusho's provisional suspension was lifted with immediate effect, and that was the first sign of victory for the Nigerian idol. Against all odds, Amusho appeared in Budapest and did well by navigating her way to the final of the women's 100-meter hurdles. Although she won the heat, it was evident that the Nigerian track queen was heavily weighed down by the troubles of the preceding weeks. Indeed, but for her mental strength, it would have been practically impossible to see her compete in Budapest. Yet in every step she took, one could see that the furor of uncertainty about her participation in the championship had taken a toll on her. During the heat, her takeoff from the blocks was slow and lacked her usual vivacity and agility. Indeed, Amusho's race in the final was pitiful as she placed a distant 6th in a time of 12.56 seconds. That was how the Nigerian and world champion surrendered her title in Budapest. The signs were all over her during the heat. The excitement, her high spirit and agility she exhibited in the past were missing, even when she won her heats and at the semi-finals. With that sports story, we've come to the end of today's national news. Before we go, some headlines. Tokunbo to envoys, only on-drone solutions will solve African problems. Yaya Bello did not reach truce with Ganduje. Kogi APC chairman. Troops kill 23 terrorists, arrest 137 criminals. Pastor John to death from 2-story building in Anambra. And on sports, Chioma Ajua sent words to Toby Amusho after finishing 6th at Budapest, Hungary. For more update of our broadcast on YouTube, the handle is Babagade Imo TV. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagade Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For advert placement of your goods and services, coverage of events and functions, please dial the phone number streaming on your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Morire Rabila Lawal.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.